to do this today. Today we're going to be talking about the most frustrating food debates of all time. I think that's the title. Let me make sure. Hey Terry, much love, girl. Let me make sure that's the title. Okay, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Food debates or whatever. Um, so I will be going off of an article that I found on delish.com as our base for what we're talking about today. These are different food debates that people have debated on. And this article is posted on. And these are some popular food debates that people have debated on like a lot. Okay. Okay, Terry. Awesome sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so you all can see what I see. And we're gonna get into it. This is Let's Talk Food, episode 5, y'all. Episode 5. And do not forget that at 7:30 we have bingo tonight. So if you haven't already gotten your bingo cards, secure your bingo cards. And then tonight at I think it's 10 o'clock tonight, we have a breakup party on the LTG channel. So let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. And I will pull this up on my phone so that I can see if anybody comes in the chat so I don't miss anybody. Okay? So again, we're talking about the most frustrating food debates of all time. Read at your own risk, okay? Look at the little kid crying at the grocery store. Okay, so this article was written by Rihanna O'Neill Bellamo, and this was published on March the 3rd of 2017. This is on delish.com. I will be posting the link in the chat. So we're going to read this and we're going to speak about it and talk about it and discuss it a little bit. It says it's not a secret that people really, really care about their food. That was more evident to me than ever after I wrote about disliking mac and cheese and the subsequent trolling that followed on every single social media platform. And again, to my colleagues, when they about whether you should salt white rice and if loading or unloading the dishwasher was best. No final consensus could be made, which led us to making a list of all the most heated culinary debates of all time. Enjoy the ride. So this is going to be, they put a list of foods that have been very controversial as far as just little things like, for an example, okay, some people eat their cereal with water. Most people eat their cereal with milk, and then you have some people that like to eat their cereal dry. Okay, so this is the type of issues that we're going to be talking about today. Okay, some of this, when I saw it for the first time, it was me seeing it for the first time. I had never heard of such foolishness of some of the things that they say on here, and some of these things I have heard of, like some people eat their grits with sugar. Some people eat their grits with salt and butter. Those type of things, okay? So let's get into it. The very first thing is where to store ketchup. Who would think that there would be people, that have issues or have differences about where they store their ketchup? Most people, after they open the ketchup, they put it where? Do they refrigerate it? Do they freeze it, or do they keep it in a cabinet or something? It says, are you team fridge or do you swear by the pantry? It says Twitter users went wild earlier this month debating on every topic from what restaurants swear by to not wanting cold sauce on their fries to whether bacteria would grow in the bottle. But both a microbiologist and the Good Housekeeping Institute's food director agree that ketchup is best kept in the fridge for safety's sake. Now, this is what somebody put on Twitter. It says, if you keep ketchup in the pantry, you're an animal, and there's no room for you in civilized society. Someone else says, the kind that doesn't like his French fries cold because of condiments. It's stable at room temp. Think of restaurants. Now let's think about it. When you go to a restaurant, like I'm not going to specifically say a name of a restaurant because I don't want to say that that restaurant does this and it might not, and I don't want to be, like, oh, you just slandered our restaurant. No. So let's just make up a restaurant. Let's just say I were to open my own restaurant, and my restaurant is called Lovely's Place because Lovely is my name, and I would put Lovely in my restaurant name. And in my restaurant, let's just say we have the tables already set. We have the basic condiments like the little salt shaker, the little black pepper shaker. We may even have a bottle of steak sauce. So at my restaurant, we sell steak, okay? That part. Now, do you see a bottle of ketchup on that table? Or did the waitress bring you a bottle of ketchup freshly from the refrigerator? A lot of times when we go into the restaurants, there's ketchup already sitting on the table if it's a restaurant that serves fries and things of that nature. And then there's ketchup packs. And the ketchup packs are clearly not in the refrigerator. They're just there. Even when you go to McDonald's or fast food restaurants and they hand you your food and you ask for packs of ketchup and mayo, those packs are coming out of a box that's sitting right there by the register or right there by the window. They are not refrigerated, okay? However, it's sealed. It's a pack that is sealed. Those packs are sealed. Now, as far as the bottles of ketchup that are sitting on the table, sometimes upside down, so you don't even have to worry about that long wait for the ketchup to come out the bottle. A lot of times that ketchup is just sitting on the table, and does it ever get refrigerized? Does it ever get put in the refrigerator, or does it sit on the table all day and all night? Do y'all even know the answer to that? Anybody have their own restaurant or anybody work in a restaurant can tell us, can anybody pop out of the bushes or whatever, go get somebody that either owns their own restaurant or works in a restaurant setting where they have ketchup for the people, the customers. And is the ketchup refrigerated or not? Okay. What is your beliefs on that? Terry, you said you keep your ketchup. Terry says the fridge. Is there a reason that you keep it in the fridge, or do you just do it by force of habit? Or do you feel like there's a health reason, safety reason, or is it just you like it cold? What is your reason behind having the ketchup in the fridge as opposed to setting it out in the pantry or on the counter or on your table? Is there a reason behind it? Well, I know you said you was trying to get the little baby to sleep, so you probably can't answer me right now. But you're the only one in the chat right now, so I was just asking. Us personally, we keep our ketchup in the refrigerator as well. I don't know why. I guess, yeah, it keeps it fresh, and it's just something that I've always seen. My mom kept her ketchup in the refrigerator. My dad kept his refrigerator. When they were together, the ketchup always was in the refrigerator. Then we make sure we put it right back in the refrigerator, which is unlike syrup and honey. Syrup and honey, we keep that out in the pantry. You just don't feel like it needed to be kept in the refrigerator. But I'll tell y'all something that I did just the other day, just yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. I threw away a big jar of jelly because it was open and some of it had been used and it was sitting in the pantry. And I was like, I remember saying to King James, I was like, baby, did you leave this jelly in the pantry? And he was like, no. And he said it had to have been Jacob when he was here. But I said, I'm going to have to throw it away because it's been open, it's been used, and it's in the cabinet. And all I could think of is one day when I was a little girl, and this is a long time ago, y'all, because I'm 41 now. But one day when I was a little girl, I went to make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I grabbed the peanut butter. I grabbed the jelly. And when I stuck my little, and the jelly was in the cabinet, and it was already open. When I stuck my butter knife into the jelly, I saw some white fuzzy stuff on top of the jelly. I didn't know what that white fuzzy stuff was. It almost looked like cotton. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't supposed to be on the jelly, okay? So I took it to my mom and I said, Mom, what is this white stuff in the jelly? She said, throw it away. But I wanted that sandwich so bad. And you can't just eat peanut butter by itself. You need that good, nice jelly. It didn't spoil, y'all. It literally grew like a mildew or a mold or something on it. That's what happened to the jelly. So I threw it away. I threw the whole butter knife away or whatever. And then I just went and made my sandwich, and I just, put some honey on top of it. Because who can eat a freaking dry peanut butter sandwich with nothing else on it? You need something. So I just, put some honey on it. But the honey was sitting in the cabinet too. I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I was a little kid. But the jelly needs to be refrigerated. Okay? Or you can't. There's bacteria and stuff that will grow in jelly. Now, as far as the ketchup, I don't know. Does the ketchup have to be refrigerated or not? Because these restaurants are sitting a bottle of ketchup on the table, and it stays on the table all day until they come back to refill it. And they refill the bottles. They don't just throw the bottles away. They refill the bottles. At the end of their shift that night or whatever, they go around, they refill the bottles, and they put them back on the table. So that's the ketchup discussion. Let's keep it moving. The next question is, what is the right utensil for macaroni and cheese? That's a debate. People literally debate about, should you eat macaroni and cheese with a spoon or a fork? It says, do you eat mac and cheese with a fork or a spoon? In all honesty, we were shocked that over 20% of respondents chose a spoon. And we assume to their dismay, we then explain why that is so unequivocally wrong. I feel like, and I love me some macaroni and cheese. As a matter of fact, I'm cooking some today. I'm going to make some baked macaroni and cheese for dinner. I've already, as y'all probably seen, upload today of the chicken that I made in the crock pot, which I actually did that last night so that it would be ready for today for dinner. I'm going to make some baked macaroni and cheese to go with it, and I'm going to do just some homemade mashed potatoes, and then I'm probably going to do an apple pie or apple crisp or whatever, just because I got a whole bunch of apples up in there and I need to do something with them. But now, the macaroni and cheese, y'all, I love me some macaroni and cheese, whether it is made on top of the stove or whether it is a baked macaroni and cheese, whether it is stuffed in the bell pepper, just different ways I love to eat macaroni and cheese, okay? I cannot eat macaroni and cheese. It just don't feel right. It don't feel ethical to eat it with a spoon. But I have had people, that cook the meal or whatever, and they included macaroni and cheese, and they hand me my plate with the spoon, and I'm like, what about? I need a fork for my mac and cheese. Callie, hey Callie. She said, spoon the mac when served, but eat with a fork. Right. It just don't feel right to have a spoon sitting on that plate to eat that macaroni and cheese with. I mean, it just don't feel right. I don't understand how anybody can. It just, spoons, in my opinion, is for stuff like soups and wet stuff like milk, cereal with milk, of course. Mashed potatoes, yeah, you can do that with the spoon or a fork. I feel like it can be spoon or fork, depending on what else you got to eat with it. But macaroni and cheese, you need to take that fork and stick it. It just don't feel right to eat mac and cheese with the spoon. Like, what? I just feel like that's just wrong. It's almost like, it's one of the things that just don't seem right. So let's take a look at what they had to say on Twitter. A person said, a fork because I'm an adult. It's important. The question was, do you eat mac and cheese with a fork or a spoon? And that person said, a fork because I'm an adult. So do y'all, when y'all have a serving, and if y'all have a plate of whatever you fix for dinner, whether it was some ribs, some pork chops, some beef patties, some Salisbury steak on some mashed potatoes, and you had some macaroni and cheese on the side, do you serve that with a spoon or a fork? Do you give a spoon to the kids because you don't want them to hurt their mouth or whatever? And is that, that's understandable because I'm trying to understand what this person said. This Mandy said a fork because I'm an adult. I can understand giving a spoon to a kid because you don't want the kids to hurt themselves or whatever. But baby, with my adult ass, I need a fork for my macaroni and cheese. I need that in my life. I can't do a spoon. Just don't feel right. Spoon is for other things and not macaroni and cheese. But that's just my personal opinion. Let's see what this other person said. This person said, I'm blocking all the fork people. Congratulations on being reported to Twitter for spreading hate. Oh my. And then they said 26% of people are sick. Wow, that is too funny. That is too funny. They said that the people who said that they use a fork is getting blocked, y'all, for spreading hate. Say I lie. This other person says, what is wrong with you spoon people? What's wrong with y'all people using a spoon for good old macaroni and cheese? What is wrong? What kind of macaroni? Do y'all be making some sloppy macaroni? Do y'all macaroni and cheese be runny? Now, I can understand if the macaroni and cheese is runny and sloppy. If it's more like macaroni and cheese soup, you know what I'm saying? More like, how you have your baked potato soup or your broccoli soup where it's all soupy. I can understand it, but why is your macaroni and cheese runny like that? It ain't supposed to be soupy and stuff. It's supposed to be ooey gooey and just so cheesy and good. It ain't supposed to be soupy now. Maybe that's why they using a spoon. Maybe they don't know how to make macaroni and cheese properly or something. Now it says right here, describing this pose to roommate, me. So obviously the answer is fork. Her, wow, no. Me, wow. Her, wow. Me, blank. I'm so DIE. I'm dead. Really? Did that person say you're supposed to use a spoon? What? All right, so the next section right here is going to be how to prepare white rice. There is actually a debate. Man, when I tell y'all, I used to be the worst person for making rice. Y'all get that person up out of here. Come back as yourself, whoever you really are. Miss Terry or Callie, can y'all get this person up out of the chat? Thank you. Thank you, Terry. Now it says how to prepare white rice. For a long time, I sucked at making rice. I used to have to buy the parboil in the bag ones with the little holes, and you put it in a pot of boiling water or whatever, and it just swells and then it's ready. I couldn't for the life of me make rice. I just could not. It was just a horrible thing. I had the rice maker and everything. I just was not good at making rice. So this one right here might be interesting. It says, do you add salt to cook white rice, or leave it as it is? Delish editors had some strong feelings about this topic, with the office evenly divided. Each side was horrified by the other. Naturally, we turned to Twitter to back up our opinions. The results, of course, were just as appalling. Laugh out. This is what the question was. Just trying to minimize salt intake as much possible. Okay. So this person said, laugh out loud. I hear white rice without salt is shit to me. Somebody else said salt in white rice. Why? Why would you do that? There are some people that put sugar in their rice. I personally like salt and I like butter. Depending on if I'm using okay, so if the rice is like a side, if I'm just having, like, just say I'm having some vegetables, some steamed vegetables, and I have the rice on the side, I would do butter and salt. But if I'm doing like a gravy type thing, like if I'm doing smothered chicken or smothered pork chop or smothered ribs or something like that, then the rice, I don't even put no salt in it. I just drain the rice and I just, have my gravy and my meat on top of it. It don't even really have to have no salt or no butter or none of that stuff, because it's just going to be just plain rice. But that's me personally. Miss Terry, do you put salt in your rice, your white rice, or not? And lately I've been doing a lot of brown rice for health reasons. But whenever I did, do the white rice, which is so good, I like it with butter and So I never ate it with sugar. Some people like to put like ketchup in their rice or some kind of tomato sauce or tomato paste in their rice. So the dummies, this is a discussion on foods. Exactly. Stay in the bleachers. Oh my God. So yeah. Some people like it with, like I say, with salt. Some people like it with sugar. Some people like it with sugar and milk. I've heard people say they put milk and sugar in their rice. I'm like, what the? Who does that? But there really are people that eat their rice like that with milk and sugar. And I'll be like, what in the world? I cannot. Have you ever had it like that before, Terry, with milk and sugar? There are people that eat their rice with milk and sugar. I cannot make this up. I don't use salt at all. I use lemon in place of salt. Okay, I can imagine lemon. So let's see here. It says, is a hot dog a sandwich? This is a debate. People actually talk about some nice looking hot dogs. People actually debate about, look at the hot dogs, y'all. Oh my, I want to eat every last one of them except this one with, what is that, pineapple? I don't think I want that one. But yeah, hot dogs look good right about now. Okay, Terry. So hey Angel, thank you for being here. And yes, like I said, I had never heard it before until somebody told me that they eat their rice with sugar and milk. And I was like, why? But they were looking at me like, why you eat it with salt and butter? Like, this is how they grew up eating it. So I knew I wasn't just tripping. I knew somebody had said that to me before. And I thought that was just the weirdest thing. I couldn't even watch them eat it like that. Like, I thought, ew. I can't even imagine what it looked like. Like, is it like a lot of milk? Like, are you eating it like it's some cereal, like some Rice Krispies or something? Like, it would go snap, pop, and crack, snap, crackle, and pop and all that? Yes, rice pudding, sugar, and milk. So good. My mother made it so damn good with a little bit of cinnamon on top. Oh, okay. Rice pudding. I understand that. I think I've tried that before when I was little. I didn't know what it was, but I think I remember trying it before. Okay, so they say, is a hot dog a sandwich? They say, we know that burgers and dogs are beloved in the summertime, but we weren't expecting quite the tsunami of opinions on whether a hot dog should be considered a sandwich or not. But when Merriam-Webster officially declared the dog part of the sandwich category just before Memorial Day weekend, the internet basically set itself on fire. And so the great hot dog debate was born. And honestly, we don't think it will ever die. So somebody says, oh, they actually made a little video clip. We're going to play this video on the Fair Use, y'all. This is a let's go. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Now, is a Subway sandwich a sandwich? Yes. Is the bread cut the same way as a hot dog bun? Yes, it is. It's a loaf. Well, wrong. It's not a loaf bun. No, wrong. It's wrong. So it's a hot dog bun. What's a hot dog bun? No, wrong. They actually had a discussion, y'all, in the Bills locker room about, is a hot dog a sandwich? What are y'all thoughts? Is a hot dog a sandwich or not? It says, the Blue Jacket NHL know what's up. A hot dog is a sandwich. Look right here. Under sandwiches, it says hot dog. And then they got Italian sausage and all of the bratwurst and all that. So they're saying that a hot dog is a sandwich right here. It says, until we all agree a hot dog is a sandwich, nothing else matters. This person says, you don't even realize my genius. Everyone is now focused on the hot dog bit, while tactily accepting the other two. Mission accomplished. So let's check this out. It says when someone says a hot dog is a sandwich. Ah, that look you have when somebody says a hot dog is a sandwich. It says if you slice the hot dog in half and place on the bread, then it's a sandwich. Oh, okay. Hey, Bonnie, much love, girl. I'm glad you made it through. I'm glad to see you in here. We is having a debate, y'all. We talking about some of the most debatable food and things that people say about them. Everybody don't like stuff the same way, y'all. I mean, I always felt like a hot dog. It just felt like it was in its own category. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you slice that hot dog in half and fry it, and then you get you some light bread, not no hot dog bun, you get you a piece of light bread, and you put that hot dog, you put you some mayonnaise or some whatever on there, mayonnaise and mustard or whatever, and you put them flat hot dogs on there, like two of them that split in half and fry them. Put you some cheese on top of that mug and, some lettuce and all that stuff. Then it's a tomato. It's a sandwich. But in a hot dog bun, is it in its own category or not? Is it a sandwich or not? Or is it a sub? What is it? The next question is cereal, milk, and ice. What? Now, I done heard people put water in their cereal because they ain't have no milk. I don't even heard people take the last little bit of milk and put some water in a jug and shake it up and make them some enough milk to drink to have with their cereal. But I ain't never seen nobody put some ice up in the cereal. It said back in the summer of 2015, a mind-boggling tidbit smacked Twitter like an unexpected sucker punch. Some people love to put ice in their cereal. The argument here is that it chills the milk more and makes the cereal taste better. Though, like anything else, there are plenty of people who think this whole idea is gross, insane, and dumb as fuck. They actually put the AF on there as fuck. What do y'all think about that? Have you ever had your cereal with some ice up in there? Like, how cold do you want the milk to be? Why not just put the milk in the freezer for about 15 minutes and then make your cereal? Is you that much in a rush to make your cereal and you want your milk to be cold that you putting some ice up in the cereal? I just can't imagine that. That is disgusting to me. Look at it. And then they had the nerve to be eating some of my favorite kind of cereal. I love me some Lucky Charms. I can't imagine Lucky Charms. And I go to take a spoonful and it's got a big old piece of ice on the spoon. So they are clearly not eating the ice. They're just using the ice to make the milk colder. Like, what? Who wants some frosty milk in a cereal anyway? You know what I'm saying? Because I can imagine that making the milk all frosty and stuff like the ice that be in the freezer and stuff. What? No ice cereal. Maybe ice cream, but not ice cereal. Not me. I've had my residents ask me to put ice in their cereal. Wow, Bunny. That just looked nasty. Now, like I said, I love me a bowl of Lucky Charms. It said, am I the only one that can't eat cereal without ice cubes? Yes, you are. What's wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. Ain't nothing wrong with you, lady. That's just what you eat. At least you made you a big old bowl of cereal. You didn't have no little kitty bowl. Because you're an adult and you had you a big bowl. And I hope that's a damn spoon and not a damn fork. You know what I'm saying? These people be tripping me out with these spoons with their macaroni and cheese. Who the hell? What the hell? Okay, I hope that's a spoon. And then you got the big ass ice cubes. I ain't never seen no ice cube that's long like this. Where the hell you get this ice from? Where does ice come from? This ain't no ice tray ice cube. And this ain't no bag ice. Who made this ice for this damn cereal in the first place? God damn it, God damn it. What did you make this ice with? Let's see what we got here. She got a 1.3K people were tweeting about that too. They say pineapple on pizza, check. Ketchup on KD, check. Ice in a bowl of cereal, XXX. They say don't cross some lines. All right, so that's the end of that part about the ice and the cereal. But man, I'm just tripping off of where she get this ice from? Where she get this ice from? My dad was a dairy man, and we used to freeze milk and eat like ice cream. Now that's country. I'm putting ice in my Captain Crunch with crunch berries. Hell no. I know, right? That's crazy. All right, check out number 6. It say the edge piece versus the center cut brownies. Now I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people that make homemade brownies, they be, I don't know, they be a little tough, okay? They be just a little bit too hard, especially around the edge piece. The ones in the middle be nice and soft. I'm not saying that's how my brownies turn out, because I'm not really a brownie baker or a brownie maker or really even a brownie eater. But if I'm gonna make a brownie, a lot of times I make it so that I can cut the pieces out. And like I most likely the ones in the middle, I'll cut me a square out the middle and I'll put some ice cream on top or put me some caramel or some chocolate fudge or whatever on top of it. I don't just sit here and eat the brownies like how they got it served right there. I won't eat it like that. I'm not a brownie lover though. What you like? You like the edges, Terry? Is there a reason you like the edges? Are they crunchier, or is it just a you know? Bonnie said the middle because the middle is too soft. I like the middle, but with some ice cream on top of it. I like it with some ice cream on top of it. So the middle is my part. I don't really care for the edges. And you notice how the edge piece be a little darker than the inside. And you know something somebody told me when I was little. I don't know if it's true or not. But they said that roaches do not like brownies. If you put a pan of brownies on the stove and you are in a house that has bad roach infestation, the roaches will not touch the goddamn brownies. I don't know. Maybe they feel like it looked too much like them or what. Somebody said that when I was little, and I thought that was the funniest shit. It was like, roaches don't like brownies. I'm like, what? They got the nerve to be picky and shit. They already live off of our scraps and whatever crumbs and shit that we drop, but they want to be picky and be like, oh no, I ain't eating that. That's too much like me or whatever. You don't sit your ass down and eat them goddamn brownies. Like, what? They had the nerve to be picky, y'all. The goddamn roach said, I am not eating anything that looked too much like me. Okay. But yeah, that was just too funny. I remember hearing that when I was younger. It said, this is hardly a new topic of discussion. In fact, the argument gained so much popularity that houseware brands began marketing brownie pans specifically for edge lovers. What? But the age of this conversation hasn't cooled it any. People continue to fight over which is the best piece, and we're pretty sure they'll never stop. Also, with muffins, some people like the muffin tops, like the top of the muffin, and they don't even eat the rest of it. Or some people only like the rest of it and don't eat the top. Y'all know how the top part had a little crusty, the little, crispy little crusty part. Some people only like the muffin tops or the cupcake tops. And some people, well, it's really the muffin tops. And some people don't like the muffin tops. As a matter of fact, I remember an episode of Seinfeld where they was talking about the muffin tops or whatever. I don't know if they was throwing them away or they was just selling the muffin tops or they was just selling the bottoms or something. It was a whole episode of Seinfeld about them damn muffins. I break out in hives when I see roaches. It's crazy. Okay. So what do y'all say? Y'all like the edge? The edge does have a little crunch to it. Okay, look at this. They got special muffin pan. Say edge piece brownies are the worst brownies. So they made a special muffin pan. A special brownie pan, so you don't have to worry about getting the edge or something. What is going on here? It says, who wants an edge piece? It cuts down on how much brownie you get. Who hurt you? Because the edge piece do look like it don't be as tall as the other pieces. It said, I tend to go for a center cut brownie because it's not like pizza or a sheet cake where the edge is beneficial. I've given this some thought. Who the freak likes the hard edge of a brownie? You might as well have some chocolate cookies or something. Like what? The next person says, but I'm still tripping that I only use a spoon to serve it, not a fork. I know, right, Callie? The best way to tell whether you should be friends with someone is to see if they prefer a middle, edge, or corner brownie. Wow. I think that's the end of our little debate. There are a couple more foods that I can think of just off the top of the hand to see how y'all feel about it. Like the grits situation. Who eats their grits with sugar and butter as opposed to some people who eat their grits with butter and salt? That's a whole big debate. A lot of people talk about it. And people be getting mad. They be blocking people off of their Facebook and stuff. If you say you eat your grits a certain way, some people don't even know what grits are, okay? Therefore, you got people out here that don't even know what grits are. They be like, what is that? But for the people who do eat grits, do you like your grits with butter and salt or butter and sugar? See, Bonnie, we would have an issue because I don't like the sugar. I like the salt. It just seems, who would put, in my opinion, why would you put sugar in grits? So that would be a whole debate for us, girl. And I love me some grits. And do you use water or do you use like chicken broth for your or beef broth for your grits? Or some people use water when they boil them, to make their grits. But some people use broth of chicken or whatever. Some people put shrimp and cheese in their grits. And, shrimp and cheese. They make the cheesy grits and put the shrimp on top. Some people wouldn't dare put cheese in their grits. Some people like, cheesy grits, and some people don't, or whatever. But people that like, hey, Miss C, the people that like their grits with sugar, I be sitting up there looking at them side-eyed. I be like, why? Who would milk? You put milk in your grits? Ew. And then who eat cream of wheat? What the hell is that? Why did they create that? I can't even fix myself to get past the thought of making it. I would never eat that. It just don't seem like it reminds me of, well, it just seemed like, I don't know. It just don't even seem like it should be good. I've never had it before though. But I can't imagine what it tastes like. It's like, is it supposed to be trying to make fun of grits? Is it supposed to be like a knockoff grits with wheat? Who wants that? My meal and me were rice everyday lovers, and she would clown me for not knowing how to cook it. I sucked at cooking rice back in the day. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie. Cream of wheat tastes like grits to me. Really, Bonnie? I have never eaten it, so I can't tell you what it tastes like. I just can't get over the idea that somebody made that. That's like, why would you eat that when you got good old wonderful grits? You know what I'm saying? And oatmeal. How y'all eat y'all oatmeal? Some people eat their oatmeal with sugar and carnation milk and butter and cinnamon. And some people don't put nothing in it. They just boil the oatmeal and just eat it that way with nothing in it. Some people put salt and butter in their oatmeal. How y'all make y'all oatmeal? Don't disgust me. I'm just kidding. I like mine with sugar and cinnamon and carnation canned milk and butter. Some people like fruit in their oatmeal. Some people like the little boxes for the little kids, the little instant pack. It's grown people that like their oatmeal just like that. They don't ever take the little Quaker Oats box or thing and make their oatmeal. They use the little packets and stuff and be putting in the microwave and stuff. Some people, you will be surprised at how people eat simple things like that you've been growing up on. Butter and sugar. Okay. With my oatmeal, I need butter, I need sugar, I need carnation milk, or I can substitute the carnation milk for regular milk. And I need cinnamon. Just a little bit of cinnamon, but I'm a cinnamon lover, so I can have a lot of cinnamon too. I get the grits at the pit grill here, and however they make them, that's the way I like it. Okay, no milk. Cream of wheat is totally different from grits. I can't imagine what they taste like, Callie, because I've never eaten it. When I used to think about, like when my mom, when I was little, they used to read us a story about the three little bears. I always thought when they said porridge, I thought the porridge tasted like oatmeal. I would always think, as far as Goldilocks and her little porridge and all that stuff, I thought of oatmeal. I didn't think of grits, and I didn't think of cream of wheat. So I always thought of oatmeal when they talked about the porridge. I can only eat hot dogs from a grill or at the movie. Yes, I hate boiled hot dogs. That is not. I can eat them from the grill or I can eat them fried. But boiled hot dog is disgusting, and it make my stomach bloated, and it give me gas. But if it's fried or grilled, it don't do none of that to me. That's crazy, ain't it? I only use oatmeal for cookies. I love good old raisin oatmeal cookies. I love that. I can make those from scratch. I made some a few months ago, some oatmeal raisin cookies from scratch. Cream of wheat is good. I guess I have to try it to see how do you make it. How do you is it made the same way like when you make oatmeal? Well, I don't know because I don't know how you make your oatmeal. How do you make cream of wheat? Can somebody tell me how to do that? I'm gonna put the link in the chat if y'all want to come on the panel instead of talking out there in the chat because my nose but want to know. I love oatmeal with milk, butter, and brown sugar. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That sounds a lot like how mine is. I like the milk, I like the butter, I like the cinnamon, um, and I like the sugar. So, yep. Is that needed in the chat? I don't see it. Okay. Yeah, so but I'd rather have grits. See, some mornings I have if I'm gonna, make breakfast, I have well, I'm not a breakfast eater. But I like breakfast food. So I don't want y'all to think I'm saying I don't like breakfast. I love breakfast food, but not at the breakfast hours. I don't get hungry until like around 1 o'clock, around lunchtime, usually 12, 1 o'clock. Okay. But I can eat breakfast then. But if I'm gonna have grits, like I like to have me some grits, some eggs, some bacon, or some sausage, or sausage patties or something like that. Some hash browns. Oh my god! And then sometimes I'll do like the cheesy grits with the shrimp on top, and I'll do what I'm saying, some eggs, whatever. I like French toast. I like French toast with eggs, well, not with eggs, but with some kind of meats or whatever, and some hash browns. If I do French toast, like who eats French toast and still make eggs to go on the side or whatever? Like it's like why the French toast got egg on it, but it's not the same. But it's not the same, but still egg. But yeah, if I did French toast, I would do probably some hash browns and some kind of meat or whatever, and maybe some fruit. But my grits, man, sometimes I wake up or I have a taste for the grits, but sometimes I have a taste for the oatmeal. And I'll do the oatmeal, but I have to separate. It has to be in a little bowl or whatever. And then I'll do me some eggs and some bacon or some sausage or whatever on the side or whatever, some turkey or some ham or whatever. Yes, it could be if it has to be, yeah. But I love oatmeal. I grew up eating oatmeal. My dad cooked oatmeal so good. My mom sucked at it, but she didn't eat it. So a lot of times if you're a person that don't eat oatmeal, you can't cook it right because you're not a person that eat it. So it's gonna taste nasty to people who really do love oatmeal. But like my daddy, oh my god, his oatmeal was so delicious when I was little. It was so good. I'll never forget the way he makes oatmeal. One of my uncles, make his oatmeal really good too. Some other foods that are kind of controversial, as far as to how you make it or how you eat it or whatever. I'm trying to think. Some people when they eat pizza, they don't ever eat the crust, and some people the crust is the best part. And I love the stuffed crust pizza. I can eat that. Oh my god, because that stuffed crust, I don't even care about the pizza part no more. All I want is the stuffed crust. But some people they don't even like stuffed crust. They think that's just a little bit too much. Some people don't. Bingo is tonight, y'all. Get your bingo cards. You could be the winner. Cash App is lovely. Money side lovely the great bingo. PayPal is paypal.me/lovely the great bingo cards of $5, y'all. Um, I got another question for y'all, and this is a very debatable topic too, as far as how people eat this particular food. When y'all are eating like your greens, like collard greens or turnip greens or cabbage or mustard greens, do y'all eat that with a fork or do y'all eat it with y'all hand with some cornbread? Put in the chat how y'all eat y'all greens. Like I grew up and I was raised in the country, okay? Or I grew up around people that are from the country. I actually grew up in Atlanta, but I grew up around my family that was from the country. And they eat certain foods a certain way. They eat the collard greens and stuff like that. They basically take a portion of collard greens and a portion of cornbread or cornbread muffin, and they mush it together with their fingers into like a little mountain, and they pick it up with their fingers and they put it in their mouth and they eat it. That's how I eat collard greens. That's how I eat cabbage with cornbread. But I eat it with my hands. Miss T said she eat it with the fork. It just don't seem when I see people eating collard greens with a fork, I just cringe. It just makes me feel some type of way. Hey Japper, welcome to the party. Yes, don't eat none. So I'm okay, Terry. But yes, when I eat my collard greens, and I grew up like that. Like I've always eaten it like that with my hands, with the cornbread. You just mound it together real good and you make it into a little pile and then you just eat it with your hands. That's how I've always eaten that. So when I see people eating it with forks, I'm like, what? That's not good. You're not getting the best out of it. You're not getting that goodness. You eat your greens with a fork too, Bunny? Wow. That's another one, y'all. Yes, I have to eat it with my hands, y'all. It don't taste right. You're not getting the goodness. That cornbread need to be sopped up. Your grandmother used to eat it with her hand. All great grandmamas and grandmamas and aunties and stuff like that always used to teach us little kids how to eat our food properly. A certain way you're supposed to eat that. And that's the way. Okay. Hold on, I just got an email and do it reply to. Okay, two. Okay. So yeah, that's how I eat it, y'all. That's how I eat it. Now, as far as I eat cornbread with my hand up, now that's weird, Bonnie. How you eat your cornbread with your hand, but you eat your greens with the fork? That just don't even make sense to me. What about drumsticks, y'all? When y'all eat some fried chicken and y'all got you a nice drumstick, do y'all eat that with your hand? Do you pick it up and put it to your mouth? Or do you sit there with the fork cutting that damn meat off of the damn chicken bone? Let me know. How y'all eat y'all chicken? Do y'all eat that with your hand or do you cut it? That's what I need to know. How y'all eating y'all chicken up out there? I'm about to feel some type of way because y'all eating y'all food the wrong. I'm gonna have to do a video. Y'all gonna have to watch me do a mukbang, show y'all how the proper way y'all supposed to be eating this food. Shoot. Bonnie says she eat her chicken with her hands. Anybody else in the chat eat their chicken with their hands, or do y'all use a fork and a knife to eat y'all chicken? I'm trying to understand. How do I wouldn't mind hearing from Bam how she eat her food. I'm interested to know how she be eating her stuff. Hands on. Okay, you eat your chicken with your hands? Okay. Miss C said hands as well. Okay. What about watermelon? Do y'all eat y'all watermelon? Do y'all just hold it up like, of course you cut off a piece, of course. But do y'all just eat it or do y'all put it on a plate or in a bowl and cut up all the little pieces into little squares and, eat it with a fork? How y'all eat y'all watermelon? Hands or in a bowl or on a plate? With a fork or a spoon. Some of y'all eat it with a spoon. I'm just trying to understand how y'all eating them doggone watermelon. Terry said both. My sister eat chicken with a fork. What is fun? I just don't get it, Deborah. Why they eating that chicken with a fork? Oh my man. I have to eat my chicken and my ribs. I can't eat that with no fork. I gotta hold that piece up, especially my neck bones, man. I can tell people that eat their chicken with a fork, you can't even touch no neck bones, honey. You gonna miss all the good meat. You gotta get all up in the crevices. You can't get up in the crevices with no fork. You got it, honey boo. I don't eat watermelon. Okay, Deborah. Sticky fingers are good looking. I know, right? For your question about the cornbread, I pick a piece of cornbread with my hands, and I use my fork for the greens. See, that's too much work. That is too much work. But have you ever heard of what I'm talking about, Bunny? Where you take the cornbread and you just like mound it with the collard greens into like a little mountain and you just eat. Have you ever seen anybody do that? Let me see if I can find a video of somebody eat some collard greens and cornbread with their hand. Because they got some of everything on YouTube. Shoot. Eating collard greens with hands. Let's see if they got a video on that. With your fingers. Okay. Let's see if he gonna eat it the way I'm talking about. He might be eating it another way. He look like he about to tear them greens up. He doing a lot of talking. I've been already ate all that food. This dude talking too much. Come on, eat. Oh, he got his little napkin. Halfway through the video, he still ain't started eating yet. But yeah, buddy, he eat. That's what I'm talking about. And he just got 58 views. I'm gonna put his link in the chat. I'm not gonna even play his video. I'm gonna put his link in the chat. Y'all go over here and show this dude some love. Because he's eating the collard greens the way I grew up eating my collard greens, y'all. He is eating them collard greens the proper way that you eat your collard greens. I'm gonna put his link in the chat. We're gonna take a little field trip real quick and go over here and show this dude some love, y'all. Because he is eating the collard greens the right way. I just left a comment on there. Some collard greens. I don't know nothing about no vegan way, but I know this is the way I grew up eating them. Goodness gracious, y'all. Go to about wait, what did he say about some almond milk? Go to about 3. Yeah, you gotta hold them fingers just right. Go to about almost 4 minutes, y'all, and he gonna she's showing you how to hold the collard greens and how to hold the cornbread. It's a way you hold your hand to mound that together. Yes, get the good old juice, get that cornbread nice and wet. Oh my goodness, y'all, that is some good eating. Yes. He is really doing it. I love them guys doing collard greens and cornbread. Okay. My mom put her cornbread in her greens, but she eat with the fork. Sometimes she put onion and tomatoes. Onion and tomatoes? Ew. I'm sorry, I didn't say ew, but ew, Deborah, what the? Oh my goodness, y'all. We're going to have another discussion and we're going to talk about some of the things that people be adding into their food. Stuff that a lot of us eat, but they eat it differently. Like, also, when we was talking earlier about the peanut butter, some people have never eaten a peanut butter and honey sandwich or peanut butter and syrup sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It just sounds foreign to them. They just know eating a peanut butter and a jelly sandwich. Some people make peanut butter toast, y'all. Y'all ever had peanut butter toast? Somebody was telling me one time about some peanut butter toast they made, or peanut butter and banana grilled grilled peanut butter and banana sandwich or something. I'm like, ew. Just the thought, just the thought just sounded nasty. But yeah, yes, buddy, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead on and wrap this conversation up, y'all. I'll see y'all back in probably a day or two. We'll do another Let's Talk Food show on carrots and peanut butter. Yeah, I know a lot of people eat that and they eat the carrot, they eat the celery with peanut butter or with ranch dressing. Oh my God, that's some good snacking right there. The celery with the ranch dressing is good. Um, I add vanilla extract when cooking. Cooking what? Wait, what did I miss? What you be cooking with the vanilla, Cali Cal? I missed that. I got to get off of here, y'all, and go and cook my sides for tonight, so I can have everything ready. So when I go to bingo, I don't have to worry about it. That's around the time that we're going. They'll probably be eating. We'll probably be eating around 7. Um, and then we're playing bingo tonight at 7:30, y'all. The bingo game is already set up over there on the bingo channel. So if you haven't already, get your bingo cards. They are $5 for one card. You can get up to I think 5 cards per family. So I'll see y'all over there at the bingo, y'all. And then don't forget, tonight at 10 o'clock, I think it's 10 o'clock, we are partying. We having a breakup party for old Stalker, y'all. Come through. It's only $1 for a song. The proceeds from that game is going to go towards our jackpot in December, our jackpot for bingo. So that's where the proceeds will go to, just in case anybody wanted to know. It's not going to the talent show. It's going to the bingo thing. We're going to do some parties here every so often to go toward the bingo jackpot. But don't forget also our exercise channel is up and ready. If you would like to be a part of it, hit my Cash App or PayPal, $10 for the link. Email the receipt to LTG Fam Bingo. Our Kids Got Talent show will be held on August the 29th. 2 age groups, 10 and under and 11 to 15. Parental consent mandatory. Submit unlisted video to LTG Fam Bingo by 8/26. So hopefully I got all the news out that needed to be brought up. Let's see. So yeah. Much love, everybody. It's your girl, Lovely the Great, and I'll talk to y'all a little later. Meet y'all over at the bingo channel at 7:30. Much love, everybody. Bye, y'all.